great being and said, "How should any noble son or noble daughter who wishes to engage in the practice of the profound professional wisdom train?" So here there is a reference to noble son or noble daughter, and in fact, literally it means those sons and daughters of the lineage, or in the lineage. And this term, rig, or lineage, indicates a particular quality or criteria of the practitioners. And here, the lineage here refers to a certain nature in that practitioners, and it is being referred to here as being awakened. So this nature that is present in us is awakened. And how is that awakened? It is awakened through the moistening of one's heart through the practice of compassion. In fact, the arising of compassion for a genuine compassion for all beings, where there is not just an aspiration to seek one's own freedom from suffering, but also equally seek the freedom of suffering of all beings, and in fact wanting to bring about that goal, that is the highest form of compassion. And when that compassion arises in anyone, that person is said to have whose nature has been awakened towards the path of the Mahayana, towards the great vehicle. So this is generally referred to as the awakening of the nature, the Mahayana nature. And so here it refers to the Buddha nature, and in general, Buddha nature is present, naturally present in all of us, all beings. And this is sometimes referred to as the essence of the Buddha, sometimes referred to as the expanse of the Buddhahood, sometimes referred to simply as the sphere or the Buddha nature. And the most extensive explanation of the Buddha nature is found in Maitreya's Ratnagodra Vibhaga, the Sublime Continuum text, where he explains the teachings of the Buddha nature in terms of 7 points, these being the Buddha, Dharma, the assembly, noble assembly, the sphere or element, enlightenment, the enlightenment qualities, and the enlightenment activities. And so then particularly the relationship between what is referred to as the element or the sphere and enlightenment is explained very clearly. Sphere refers to the emptiness of our mind at a stage when our mind remains polluted and unenlightened. That's when we only possess the sphere of the Buddha, and at that point our nature of mind is referred to as the essence of Buddha, because Buddha is not present. And when that essence has become awakened and then cultivated and perfected, and all the adventitious pollutants are removed, then that very same nature of our mind becomes fully awakened. That's when the enlightenment, it is referred to as enlightenment. So natural sphere and enlightenment have a cause and effect relationship. And it is in this way Ratnagodra Vibhaga, Maitreya's text, explains the teachings on Buddha nature, the essence of the Tathagata, in great detail. Now here, then we read in the text, when this has been said, the holy Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, spoke to the venerable Shariputra and said, "Shariputra, any noble son or noble daughter who wishes to engage in the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom should clearly see this way. They should see perfectly that even the 5 aggregates are empty of inherent existence or intrinsic existence." So there is in this expression, Avalokiteshvara said that they should see perfectly that even the 5 aggregates are empty of inherent intrinsic existence. So the force of that particle, even, the word even, indicates that, if even the very basis of our notion of personhood, which are the five aggregates, are devoid of inherent existence, then what is there to say of the absence of inherent existence of the person, the self, which is designated upon the five aggregates? So that's the force of that word even. This is because in the Buddhist philosophy, some of the non-Mahayana schools, although they uphold the Buddha's teaching on no self and relate it to the understanding of our person, concept of our person, and accept no self, but when it comes to the basis of the arising of the notion of self, which are the five aggregates, some Buddhist schools, the realist schools, accept them to be real, to possess real existence, inherent existence. So in their view, the distinction is drawn between what they understand to be substantially real phenomena, real things, such as the aggregates, and nominally real things, such as the notion of person, self, and so on. And the distinction is drawn, and those concepts, those things whose concepts require kind of attributing their concept on the basis of some other ideas are thought to be nominally real, whereas those phenomena whose terms and also the concepts are in some sense unitary, then these are substantially real. So aggregates cannot be reduced further, therefore aggregates are substantially real.